It was an ordinary day when the Johnson family moved into the old house on Maple Street. The house was large and charming, though it had a certain age to it, the kind of age that made the walls creak and the air heavy with memories. Still, they were excited about the new chapter in their lives. The basement, though, had always been a point of curiosity for them. Sarah, the youngest of the family, would often stare at the door leading to it, feeling a strange, inexplicable pull. The basement was locked, its key hidden somewhere, and her parents had never mentioned much about it. They simply avoided talking about it, dismissing it as a part of the house that wasn't used anymore. One night, after dinner, Sarah found herself wandering around the house, bored and restless. She had already explored every room except for the basement. She couldn't help it. Something about that door called to her, as if it was waiting for her. Her heart beat faster as she approached the basement door. She knew she wasn't supposed to go down there. Her parents had warned her countless times, telling her it was off limits. But her curiosity got the better of her. With trembling hands, Sarah managed to find the key hidden behind a loose brick in the fireplace. Her fingers were cold as she slid the key into the lock and turned it. The door creaked open, revealing nothing but darkness beyond. The air felt colder, denser, as if something in the basement didn't. Sarah hesitated, the hairs on the back of her neck standing on end, but she pressed forward. The stairs creaked under her weight as she descended deeper into the house. The faint scent of dampness and something else, something metallic, filled the air. At the bottom of the stairs, she stopped. There was a feeling of heaviness, as if the walls themselves were pressing in on her. Her breath became shallow, and her heart raced with both excitement and fear. She could see a faint light flickering in the far corner of the basement, a light that didn't seem to come from any known source. It was as though it was alive, pulsing in rhythm with her own heartbeat. Suddenly, the temperature dropped even further. Sarah could see her breath clouding in the air. A sound, soft at first, echoed in the basement. A whisper. It seemed to come from nowhere, yet it surrounded her, growing louder, more insistent. She could make out words that sent chills running through her veins. Sarah's blood ran cold. She turned to run back up the stairs, but the door slammed shut, trapping her inside. The whispering grew louder, more frantic. Get out now! Panic surged through Sarah as she struggled to open the door. She banged on it with her fists, desperate to escape, but no matter how hard she pushed, the door wouldn't budge. It was as if something was holding it shut, something with a force far beyond her own. Then, the light in the corner of the basement flickered again, revealing a dark shape standing just beyond the edge of her vision. It was tall, unnaturally tall, and its shadow stretched across the walls, impossibly long. Sarah's breath caught in her throat as she realized she wasn't alone. The figure moved closer, its footsteps slow and deliberate. Its face was hidden in the shadows, but Sarah could feel its eyes on her, cold and unblinking. Leave now, the whispering voice hissed, now coming from directly behind her. Sarah spun around, but there was nothing there. Only darkness. The voice was everywhere, reverberating through the walls, the floor, the very air around her. Then, without warning, she felt a cold hand grip her shoulder, its fingers sharp like ice. She gasped and tried to pull away, but the grip tightened, pulling her further into the basement. The figure stepped into the dim light, its face twisted and contorted into something inhuman. Its eyes were black, hollow, and its mouth hung open in a silent scream. The thing was a demon, a creature from the depths of the house, waiting for someone to open the door. "You shouldn't have come," it growled, its voice deep and guttural. The temperature dropped even further, and the air became thick with dread. The walls seemed to close in around her, pressing her tighter, suffocating her. Sarah's vision blurred as she struggled to breathe. The demon loomed closer, its mouth opening wider, its breath rancid with the stench of decay. The whispers grew louder, chanting a single word over and over: die, die. With all the strength she could muster, Sarah kicked at the door, her mind racing for a way out. The door shook. The lock rattled. It was then that she realized something. She wasn't alone. She wasn't the first to encounter this demon. The voices of other trapped souls echoed in the basement, their cries reverberating around her. She could see them now, pale and ghostly figures, trapped for eternity by the creature that lurked in the shadows. Her mind raced for a way to escape. The demon's grip tightened on her, dragging her further toward it. In one final act of desperation, Sarah shoved her hand into her pocket, finding a small silver pendant her grandmother had given her years ago. She held it up, whispering a prayer her grandmother had taught her. The demon recoiled, its form flickering and twisting, as though the light from the pendant burned it. It screeched in pain, its hands releasing Sarah's shoulder as it backed away into the darkness. With her heart pounding, Sarah shoved the door open, stumbling out of the basement and into the safety of the upper floor. She slammed the door shut, her hands shaking as she pressed against it, gasping for air. The basement fell silent once more. The door was locked, and the house felt oddly still, but Sarah knew the truth now. The demon in the basement was real, and it was only a matter of time before it would return.